Hey there, everybody. My name is Linda Baffa, and it is such a pleasure to be here with you today on this Manduka Live. I'm going to be talking about this fall equinox that is happening tonight and really early tomorrow morning. I am an astrologer and I'm a yoga teacher, and I'm super passionate about the planets and the stars and what's happening in our universe to support the energies that are happening in our lives. So here at the fall equinox, we have equal balanced day and night. So that can offer a lot of support around balance in general and trying to find these areas in our life where we maybe need a little more balance. So it's a beautiful time to bring in meditation, pausing, cleansing, retreating, and just sort of finding these harmonious areas in our life where we feel a sense of balance. Now, that being said, I do believe that actual balance, true balance, is a total myth. We're always somewhere slightly off, but oftentimes we're quite off. So it's about weighing the scales. We're moving into Libra season. Those of you that maybe are a Libra sun know what this means. But Libra is represented by the scales, and it's about finding how can we measure the scales, how can we keep them balanced, right? I also want to mention that in astrology, in Western astrology that I study and believe in, it is also known as seasonal astrology, and the beginning of the season of astrology is Aries season at springtime. So we've been through spring, we've been through summer, and here we are on the precipice of fall, and fall is sort of this midpoint in the astrological calendar. So obviously, another way to balance out the astrological year and the energies in astrology and really soaking in this time of reflection, right? So again, meditation, yoga, being in nature, journaling, things that allow you to connect to a place in you that feels balanced, right? And again, acknowledging that balance is a little bit of a myth, it's sort of just coming to that middle ground and coming to a place of understanding and acceptance and curiosity about where you are, right? So this is a very powerful time for practice, and we are going to do a practice in a few minutes together. If you stick around, I'm going to guide you through probably a 20-minute-ish flow. So that'll really help us drop into this energy. And let's see, what else do I want to share with you? I guess talking a little bit about just this next month and the shift into fall. We have this gathering and harvesting element of fall, so that energy is there for us as well. It's a feeling of abundance, really, right? So the harvest is this abundance, and these seeds that we planted maybe back in January or in springtime are now coming to fruition, and it's up to us to sort of step into and lean into this abundance that is so potent. And actually, personally, I've been working with the word abundance in many areas of my life. One of my favorite phrases is, I have an abundance of time, energy, and money. These three things are often a big scarcity lacking mentality for many of us, especially the time factor. If you're working, if you're parenting, if you're just trying to do it all, if you're a yes person like me, just really feeling a spaciousness around time and this equal balance of day and night. It sort of brings that equanimity into the time itself that is here for us. So lean into that, okay? Lean into the abundance. And then also with fall, we have of course, the falling leaves, right? The dead parts of us, the parts of us that are just ready to go back into the ground and turn into compost, right? We need to let them go. So another big part of this season and this shift is letting go. You might just use those two words as a mantra, let go, right? Let go. Let go of the things that are not serving you. So after summer, many of us have picked up some habits that usually aren't serving us, right? Maybe we've taken this Virgo season, which is about sort of organization and self-care, and we've, started to feel like things need to shed, but now it's time to really let them shed, okay? And let's see, what else? I don't know. I feel like I sort of hit most of it. We've got a full moon coming up in about a week in the sign of Aries. I think that's going to be a really powerful time to take action towards that abundance mentality. So start it now and then really feel it when the full moon comes in Aries, because Aries is the sign of action and the full moon is a sign of abundance, right? It's a sign of just feeling full. Sometimes it comes into our life as overwhelming and it's too much, and other times it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to feel that harvest full moon energy. So that's coming up in Aries. And then next month, the new moon will come in and it's going to be a solar eclipse. And OMG, when there is an eclipse, everything is magnified even more. So new moon energy is about bringing something in. So once you start to let things go and you start to feel the fall energy of letting go and just really focusing on all the good abundant stuff in your life, then it's time to take that solar eclipse new moon energy and just claim it. It's yours. It's happening. Go for it and finish it up so that you're done by the beginning of the year, right? And then you can set a new intention. All right. Well, I think I have talked enough, and I'm so just passionate about sharing this work with each of you. So if you want to dive deeper, you can always find me on Instagram and reach out. And I think we'll move into our flow, okay? So I am going to just shift this guy over here so you can see my mat a little bit better. Let's see. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't fall down. Okay, I think we see it. You stay. All right. All right, so come onto your mat if you're going to flow with me. And we're just going to go ahead and start standing at the front of the mat, okay? So your feet are going to be equally distanced apart right under your hips. And we'll just ground into this space and time by closing the eyes. And your arms can just rest, or if you want a little bit more active Tadasana, mountain pose, you can let your palms face forward and let the shoulders drop down from the ears. And I want you to just feel a balance between effort and ease. Actively rooting through the soles of your feet, lifting through the center of your being, all the way through the crown of your head. And at the same time, feeling a soft, nurturing breath, maybe a lighter quality in your expression, in your face, in your eyes, in your cheeks. And then bring your palms to your heart center. And in the Ashtanga practice, we call this samastitihi. We call this equal balanced shape. So we feel equally balanced in our feet, and we get to come back to center. And we'll come back here a few times to just feel that sense of balance. And I want you to connect to something in your heart space right now. I want you to connect to something that you are wanting to bring in for this next season. Maybe it's the word abundance. Maybe it's that feeling of letting something go. Or maybe it's just a specific intention that you have forgotten about. You know, you got distracted with summer and you're just trying to bring it back in. Let's take one more breath. Good. Reach the arms up over the head. Big inhale. As you exhale, dive forward, fold over your legs. Take a halfway lift here. Flatten out the back. Inhale and exhale, fold a little deeper. On the inhale, rise back up. Reach your arms, root through your feet. Exhale, prayer to the heart. Samastitihi. Inhale, reaching back up. Exhale, bowing forward, fold over the legs. Good. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhaling to rise up. Half sun salute here. Exhale, prayer to the heart. Connect. Inhale as you reach out. Maybe close your eyes. Exhale, bowing forward and fold over the legs. Good. Inhale for a halfway lift. And then exhale to fold a little deeper. Inhale as you rise up, get longer, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, a prayer to the heart. Good. Let's do two more, just with the breath cues. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, prayer. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach and rise. Prayer, exhale. All right, chair pose. Reach your arms just alongside your ears here. Keep the feet rooted. Pull your lower belly in. And then sweep your arms back behind you. The palms will face up like this. Yeah. Rooting through the feet. Maybe sink a little lower. Pull the belly in. On the inhale, sweep the arms back up. And on your exhale, sweep the arms back. Good. Inhaling right alongside the ears. And then exhale, big sweep. Good. So we're going to go like that a few more times. And you could speed this up. If you're feeling a little feisty today, you could speed it up. You could do some forceful exhales out your mouth. So these chair sweeps are really allowing us to shift energy, to release things that no longer serve us, to let those leaves fall. Let's go 3 more. Good, back to chair, hold it, let the legs burn a little, and then fold forward. Good, and then step back to downward facing dog. That should feel good. Take a few petals of your feet. And then take a few shifts of your hips, side to side. So when we're thinking about balance and equanimity, it's important to understand our body is not symmetrical, right? One side is always going to feel something different than the other. Our habits are not symmetrical. And yet we come to a yoga practice to try to find some symmetry, to try to feel into those parts of us that feel slightly off, right? Let's take 3 more breaths here. Big long inhales. Nice long exhales. Good, and then let's lower the knees. And just do a few rounds of cat-cow. Round your spine. Inhale your heart forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach the chest. Good, so do a few more like that and try to feel some equanimity in your breath, right? Try to feel like the entire length of the inhale draws the heart forward and the entire length of the exhale rounds the body back. And that those inhales and exhales are balanced in length. You could choose to move slower or even a little quicker, as long as it feels balanced for you. Let's do 2 more. Warming up the shoulders. All right, good. And then when you're ready, lower all the way down to your belly. You can walk your knees back first and then just come all the way down. Take your fingertips off your mat. Let's do a wide cobra. Inhale to lift your heart. Exhale to lower down. Inhale as you lift up. And exhale, gently lower. Good. Do a couple more. Again, feeling some balanced, deep, slow, nurturing breaths. And from here, you'll place your palms by your ribs, push up, hands and knees, and ease your way back to downward facing dog. Take your right leg in the air, reach it back, and then open your hip. Take any little movements that feel good here in the ankle or the hip bone. Good, and then step your right foot up to your right thumb and twist your right arm to the sky. So we want to focus on some twisting today because the twisting elements helps us release, right? So we release physically, internally, in our internal organs. We're cleansing, but also mentally shedding. Okay, so we're going to hold here for an uncomfortable period of time, and I'm going to give you some options to play with, okay? So again, they're just options. Feel it out. Try to find that sense of ease in the effort, right? All right, option one, you could float your left hand in the air just a few inches off the earth. Play with more strength in your legs, right? Okay, you can do all these options if you want. Option two, walk your left hand off of your mat and lean into the heart space. Maybe you're craving that feeling of abundance and opening your heart and bringing in what you need. Good. And then option three, maybe you're doing all these options, is gonna be a flap of your right arm, like you have a big wing and you're just gonna sweep it under your right thigh and then lift it back up. So you're moving with the breath here, inhaling open, exhaling sweep. You could come back to that like sweeping element we did with the chairs. Let's do 2 more breaths wherever you are. Okay, let's release. Both hands down. Counter stretch, pull your right leg straighter, maybe completely straight, but likely a little bend in that right knee. Pop your back foot up and take a full pyramid. So you might want 2 blocks here. I don't have 2 blocks, but you might want them under your hands. And then reach your heart forward, inhaling. And as you exhale, round towards your shin and just let your head drop. Let's take about 3 deeper breaths into the hamstrings. Good, and then just walk your fingers forward, step your left foot up to your right foot. Take a halfway lift on your inhale, and as you exhale, fold back in. Good, now rising up, reach your arms to the sky, big inhale. As you exhale, drop a prayer to the heart. Let's close the eyes and just observe here. What has shifted? Right, so in order to shift in any area of our life and seasonally, we need to take time for reflection. We need to take time to pause, to slow down, to catch our breath. And you might notice here that your right leg and your left leg do not feel equal. Your left leg is likely a little jealous of your right leg. So let's make some space in that left leg. On the inhale, reach up. As you exhale, bow forward and fold. Good, take a halfway lift on the inhale, and let's step back to plank pose on the exhale. So I'm a big fan of options, and we all have different bodies and practices. So one option is just skip anything I say for the next few moments. Next option, maybe put your knees down, right? If you're feeling lower energy and you need that support. Last option, baby chaturanga push-ups, maybe 5 of them. So just slow lower. You can go just 2 inches down, you can go halfway and you'll push back up, okay? So let's do a couple more. Building our strength and our heat, make sure your hips stay buoyant. And then you can go into a back bend of your choice from the ground or from chaturanga. Lift the heart, cobra or up dog. And then we'll go to down dog together. Let's take a big inhale through the nose. Hold the breath at the top. Sigh it out the mouth. Let it all go. Take your left leg up in the air. Bend the knee, open the hip. Do a few ankle rolls or hip circles. Good, and then step your left foot up to your left thumb. And then twist your left arm to the sky. Open across your chest here. Try to touch the ceiling or the sky, depending where you are. Good, and then same options as before. I'll talk you through them. So right hand lifts in the air, the legs turn on. You've got to suck the center. You got to squeeze the hips together, pull in through the belly. Keep feeling the twist. Good. Some of you are going to take right hand out, off the mat, lean into the heart space, open up a little more, receive here. Good, and then some of you taking those big wing flaps, left arm sweeping under the left thigh, and then inhaling to open. Couple more breaths. Beautiful, so let's put left hand down, slowly straighten left leg. Pop the back foot up about a foot so the heel can come down. Reach through the heart, maybe grab your blockies, and then fold in. I've been doing this a lot lately where I call blocks blockies and blankets blankies. It just sort of feels like the practice becomes more playful and nurturing and lighthearted. Ooh. Maybe you take your yoga practice too seriously. Maybe that's something to let go of. It should be light. It should be full of light. We think we know everything. We think we gotta control it, we gotta fix it, we gotta label it and judge it, but maybe not, right? Maybe you don't know anything. Maybe you can come back to neutral. Come back to the middle path, right? That's another thing that I love to think about, the Buddhist middle path, right? That's a sense of balance. Take one more breath here. Good, and then step forward to the front of the mat. Take a half lift on the inhale, and as you exhale, fold. Okay, widen your feet here. Sit down into Malasana squat. So play around with your squat. Maybe if you have knee stuck, you're more halfway up. Some of your heels might lift. Prayer to the heart if that works for you. Roll your head around. Get into your neck, get into your stress muscles. Make some weird faces here. We have to clear the physical tension in order to connect to some of the mental tension, right? It's all together, right? Holistic practice here. Body, mind, spirit. A few more rounds of breath. Maybe dig your elbows into your inner knees a little more and try to lift up through the heart. Good, and then go ahead and sit down. So one hand forward, one hand back. And then we're gonna face the side edge of the mat and take a wide straddle, okay? So we don't have an abundance of time in a 20-minute practice, but we can think about quality over quantity, right? We can think about each of these breaths and each of these shapes that we get to come into with a sense of quality, okay? So if you are sitting here and you're rounding a lot, you might want to sit up on a blanket or something or bend your knees a little bit. And then you're just gonna lean over to your right leg, sort of slide that right hand down, take your left arm up and over, and then reach into the side body. Maybe let your head hang. Another nice option is to wrap left arm around the back. So feeling out this side body, this lengthening and spacious energy between the hips and the ribs. Allowing your body to shift with every breath. And then slowly roll up through your spine. Take a pause at center. Maybe the hands just rest on your thighs. Notice the shifts. Notice the differences. Left hand's going to slide on over to the left shin. Right arm reaches up and then over the ear. Maybe let your head hang. Can you soften a bit more in your face and the muscles that don't need to work right now? And let's take 2 more breaths. And slowly rising up. Good. Final shape. Bow forward. Walk your hands out. You could maybe rest your elbows on a couple blocks here. You could come all the way down. You could round the spine. And we'll just go inward. Forward fold is always a journey into ourselves, checking in with your deepest needs. And maybe feeling that sense of letting go, but all the way into the brain itself, right? As if the forehead could just open up and release unnecessary thought patterns. Just like the leaves fall from the trees. Take about 3 more luxurious breaths, soaking them in. Good, and then roll yourself up as you're ready. Okay, let's just bring the feet in. And we'll take a pause to complete our practice. I invite you to join this pause. So you can lie on your back, you can Shavasana, you can take more time than I'm going to give you right now. But together, just closing the eyes and settling in. Letting the shoulders be heavy, letting your hips sink down. And then just let everything be light and easy, harmonious and peaceful. Even and balanced. Right here, right now. just feel free to stay in a place of rest and observation as long as you can, as long as you need. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be filled with loving kindness, and may you be happy. It has been a joy and an absolute honor to be your guide today. Feel free to reach out to me. I'm on Instagram. It'll be tagged if you have any questions or you want to connect more. And thank you.